This is Marc Eigner. We're at Pharma Forum 2014, and one of the things that we've been discussing is how and why the importance of mobile and remote technologies are changing the landscape of meeting planning. And from a compliance perspective, which is really my specialty, one of the interesting things going on is that as the scrutiny is increased over how pharmaceutical meeting planners and vendors are dealing with meetings and supplying data for things like Sunshine Act and for FPA transparency guidelines, there's a tremendous move towards having more remote meetings and having less official transfers of value to healthcare professionals. So if you look at how mobile and remote technologies really come into play in this area, there's two pieces, and one is actually moving more meetings to remote and mobile technologies, which really does reduce the amount of perceived transfer of value to the HCP. However, there's obviously a big challenge there because you have to start thinking about how you interpret the transfers of value for a remote meeting. Additionally, the technology needs to be thought about for how you capture the details of the attendees and the recipients of the transfers of value. And that's really the other big piece of technology in this area when it comes to meetings and remote and mobile technologies as it relates to compliance, and that is the technology that is being used to actually do the compliance tracking. So probably the biggest thing that people are looking for is something to accurately capture and track attendee signatures and other types of information such as NPI numbers in the United States, which is needed for Sunshine Act reporting at the actual meetings. So again, to summarize, if you segment the technology into two areas, one is the general move towards remote and mobile meetings because of the fact that there's so much more scrutiny with Sunshine Act, but then also the technology involved for live meetings and capturing the details of the attendees. And what it's really important now is because in Europe, when the similar transparency regulations go live next year, it's even a bigger deal because in Europe there is tremendous data privacy regulations, and that requires the manufacturer or the third party to capture consent from the HCP. So most people think that mobile technology is going to play a huge role in capturing consent at live meetings in Europe. So it's becoming a bigger and bigger issue.